Do you catch yourself saying, thank God 2022 is over? If so, then keep watching this video because today I'll be sharing all my tips and advice on how to level up in 2023 and make sure this year is your best yet. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jasmine. I make videos on lifestyle, I do some vlogs, and I also do mainly fashion content. I'm excited to start this video and definitely leave a like and subscribe, and other than that, I'll get right into my first piece of advice. Personally for me, 2022 was a literal dumpster fire. This year I kind of caught myself slipping for my goals and just kind of getting not really motivated, and so I wanted to make this video to not only motivate myself but to help you guys also get a really nice mental glow up. While I'm going to make a few videos in the future about glowing up and leveling up and setting some routines for 2023, today's video is mainly about how to get that mental glow up, how to sparkle inside and out and just make sure that everything is going well internally. I also think it's really important that before you listen to all the advice that I'm going to give, I think it's super important to just take a moment and just ask a few questions to yourself. And those questions are, number one, what am I proud of? What am I disappointed in this year? What do I wish went better? What gave me energy this year? What drained my energy this year? Which friends or people in my life brought me joy and fulfilled me this year? What hobbies and activities were I looking forward to? And I think that it's important to use those questions as journal prompts so that you can kind of get an idea of what things you want to continue on in 2023 and what things are better left behind. And I think it's important to bring awareness to all these things and sort of just reflect on the past year, even if it is painful, before going forward in the new year. On paper, my year was amazing. There were a lot of achievements. Personally, for me, I graduated college early. I secured 3 internships. I was able to travel, and I was able to start my YouTube channel. You guys honestly made my year so much better, and I appreciate all of you guys for being here. And while those achievements are great, my personal life, I don't feel went very well. I had a lot of physical health issues, and those are things that if I didn't really reflect on, I probably would have just overlooked. And now I know what to draw my attention towards more in this coming year so that I don't have to repeat these cycles. My friends and I, we talked about this recently, is that we get really excited around the new year. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, this year's gonna be the best ever. I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna get a new car. That's really great, but it's overwhelming. If you put all of those goals on paper, realistically, will all of those things happen in one year? And sometimes we get caught up and we get a little bit overwhelmed by the vision that we don't actually kind of hone in on. What are the actual steps that I need to take to get those things? And it all comes down to setting those goals. I found this excellent picture, kind of covered all different aspects of your life, rather than for me personally, sometimes I focus too much on the career aspect of goals. But the helpful thing is that with this chart, it covers your physical health, your mental health, it covers your personal life, your friendships, your romantic relationships, as well as your career and your school and / education. And I think that it's so important to think about all those factors of your life and set little goals in between. So for me, the way that I broke it down is I basically just wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I wrote just goals for 2023 at the top. And under each of those categories, I made sure to write 2 to 3 goals. Just because I think that if I said, I'm gonna make 10 goals for physical health, but for career, I'll do 5. I feel it's not very balanced, and I feel also 10 goals is quite a lot. So I think that in order to not get overwhelmed and also for it to be more realistic, just write at least 2 to 3 goals per category and then go from there, because you might be able to accomplish one and then you can add another later on when you're done. So now I'm gonna give my tips on manifestation. Kerry Washington, who is the actress from Scandal, actually breaks down manifestation pretty perfectly in this quote. Picture yourself that you're at a bus stop and you're wanting to catch this bus. So she says, you have to pray to catch the bus, but then run as fast as you can when it arrives. If you don't run, that could have been your bus, but you can't just sit around and daydream and expect things to unfold. You have to also have the pedal meet the metal. You have to take action. For me, there was always this idea of stay in faith, dream big, take action. Then if I don't get the bus, then it wasn't meant to be my bus. I really like this quote because it basically breaks down a few kind of important ideas with manifestation. And I actually talked about this with my friend the other day because she was saying how she realized that she was manifesting all wrong. And she would simply put things on her vision board, or she would write down I want to manifest this brand deal. but it wouldn't come true because she wouldn't do the most important thing, which is to actually work towards it. And I know this might just sound very obvious, but I think that there's a lot of misconceptions in that, and it can be also very daunting if you have this dream life and you want it so bad, but you don't exactly know how to get there. This excellent creator on TikTok, her name is Ashley Adams, I believe. I watched her TikTok recently, and it breaks down a very simple way on how to manifest. And this is something that I'm also going to be using in 2023. But manifestation is more, in a sense, those small building blocks. They're like the next step. She said it's better to set intentions for the next level instead of the long-term sort of future. Setting goals for your long-term future and setting manifestations for your long-term future is actually great, but they're not gonna come fast enough because they're long-term. So if you want something to happen maybe right away, you have to set intentions and goals for the next level. She gave this example of if you're like working a salary job and you're paid 40K, then you should manifest or set an intention to make 50K the next year. It's important to remember that your small level goals, your small level manifestations are all those little building blocks that are gonna help you get to that high level goal. So it's not like you're never gonna get this outcome or this end goal, it's just that you're making the small steps to get there. I've become a sole supporter of setting intentions ever since last year in 2022. I made it kind of a daily thing where I would set intentions after I journaled, and I instantly noticed that a lot of the things that I had written down actually came true. So for example, I would have a lot of like physical health issues, and sometimes I would get nervous that I wouldn't be able to show up and go to plans or go to like events that I was invited to because of my physical health. Like after I finished journaling, I would say like, I intend to go to this event and have a great time. I intend to feel more energized, physically healthy, and mentally well. And honestly, it kind of worked like magic. I don't know what it is really about it, but it's almost as if once I was really clear about what I wanted to come out of the day or what I wanted out of a certain situation, I was actually able to achieve it. I did a little bit of research on just like intentions on how to properly do intentions. I'm just going to quickly share what I read in this magazine. Mindfulness coach Melissa Maxx says that an intention is an aim or purpose, something that you plan to do or achieve, and paying more attention to your intentions can do truly incredible things to your life. And it's basically just a way to feel more empowered and to kind of just take more control of your day instead of letting the events of the day sort of happen to you. I wanted to sort of break down exactly like 3 helpful steps on how to create effective intentions. The first thing that you should do is just like write down your intention. Make a declarative statement and just be extremely clear with the wording, like be extremely detailed. Really important to think about the result and focus your energy on it. It's just like keep it really positive, keep it light. I'm just gonna quickly talk about some other helpful tips real quick that I always do at the end of the year that have kind of just like generally pretty much helped me. Number 1 is to also just like clear any old apps off my phone. One of my friends in high school, what he would do is like at the end of each year, he would also go through all of his contacts and delete any contacts of like people that he hasn't talked to and like hasn't even really been friends with anymore. And I used to think it was so harsh, but it's actually kind of a good way of just like letting go, because once you let go of things, you can actually have more room to fill it with things that you like or fill it with people that you really connect with. Number 2 is something that I like to do is like update my calendar, and I like to buy new calendars. I am like mentally ill, so that's why I have like 3 calendars. I have one big one on my wall and I have 2 here, so I'll just basically show you like a little bit of what I like to do. But I just like to have a calendar for my desk so that I can just like write out everything for the month, like appointments or any travels that I need to have. And then I have like more detailed schedule of like everything that I need to like write down each day and like my tasks that I need to get done. Just like invest in a really good calendar or like multiple different calendars. I know that may seem excessive, but for me, it basically just helps me stay really organized. My next tip is called pouring the love. And this is something that I've tried really recently. I've just sort of made like a little checklist of all the things that sort of give me energy. And this is something that I had mentioned earlier on in like the reflection portion of this video, but write down things that make you happy. Like what are the small things that actually you look forward to or that make you feel more fulfilled. You can write anything on this list. For example, something that I wrote on this list was boba. I wrote my favorite mango green tea boba with extra mango jelly. I have no shame in saying that gives me so much joy. Like, anything that like brings you joy, just like write everything down. Like make it a stream of consciousness even, so that you can go back to that if you're having a bad day. And like sometimes I do this too. I'll go back to this list and be like, okay, maybe I should treat myself with one of these things, or go see this friend that I wrote down. I sort of just wanted to get comfy before bed and just sort of make a vision board with you guys to kind of just like show how I make mine. Like I had said earlier in the video about in the goals section, I said that I break my goals down by physical health, mental health, friendship, career. I usually make a different vision board for each of those categories, because sometimes I feel like if I make one vision board and just like smush all of those different categories into one, it can just feel a little bit like overwhelming, and for me it just like doesn't visually sort of like make sense, and sometimes I feel like I'm limited with the space that I'm given. So I like to make 4 different vision boards, and I know that it's excessive, but in 2021 I made 4 different vision boards, and specifically for my friendship vision board, a lot of the pictures that I put on there actually came true. I was in college for a long time and had a lot of friends, but didn't have like one set friend group, and I remember I was manifesting 4 to 5 close girlfriends, and I want to go on like fun trips and adventures with them. So I would pick like different pictures of girls like doing fun things together or traveling, and I would put it on this vision board. I remember like a year later I looked back at that vision board and so much of it came true. And I think it's also kind of creepy how some of the photos that I had put on my vision board actually kind of like replicated in photos that I took with my friends. Today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a vision board for my physical health and wellness with you guys. I'm gonna go onto Pinterest and just make like a quick Pinterest board. Also, shameless plug, I'm gonna put my Pinterest down below. Follow me, I make some really cute boards, and I really want to like invest in creating some more on Pinterest. I'm just gonna first look up yoga and just start making like a vision board. Right, this is a great image of a girl making food, because this is something that I really need to do, is like learn how to make really whole, healthy food. I just downloaded pretty much all of the pictures that I had on my Pinterest board. So right now I'm going on Canva, and this is just like the way that I am going to be making my digital version. You can also make just like a standard physical version, but I'm just gonna go on Canva, and I simply just looked up photo collage motivational year vision board desktop wallpaper, and it's like the first thing that popped up when I looked up vision board. So I have it up here, you can kind of see it, and then to the left you can see like all the images that I downloaded off Pinterest. So I'm just gonna quickly delete like some of these pictures, and now I'm just going to put in my headphones and just make my vision board, and I'll show you in a little bit the finished product once it's done. Alright, so I just finished my vision board and I have it pulled up and you guys can kind of see it. So this is for my physical health and wellness. I'm gonna quickly kind of just go over everything here. Over here I have weights and like a girl lifting, and I also have images of healthy foods that I really want to eat, and I also have a picture of Hailey Bieber, which I think is like really random, but it's just because she has excellent skin. Who doesn't want to manifest like beautiful skin in 2023? Like, come on. I also have a picture of a girl doing like her hair care routine, because I also want to do like a hair care routine. And I also recommend putting a picture of maybe someone who you admire that has or embodies this category. So for me, I really love the creator Hitomi Mochizuki. I'm so sorry if I like mispronounced, but for me she's like my fitness, also my mental health like role model, but also like my physical health role model, because she is an excellent yoga master. She does a lot of Pilates, a lot of breath work. She is the type of person that embodies everything that I sort of want. So I recommend having somebody or something that embodies and is inspirational to you and put that on your board. In vision boards, I like to incorporate like little quotes and like little affirmations, because even if you're reading your vision board, it helps like reaffirm yourself. That's everything for today's video, but I just wanted to also also quickly share before I end this video that if you feel disappointed that you couldn't accomplish everything on last year's vision board or all your manifestations or all your goals, that's completely normal. We have to remember to be gentle with ourselves, that life gets in the way and sometimes just things happen that are out of our control. But I really believe, I have this like weird good feeling about 2023 that it's gonna be a really good year, and I hope that if you use all of the tips that we can together we can mentally glow up for this year and we can truly make it a much better year than the last. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day and I hope this year is amazing for you. Bye guys, thanks so much for watching.